The arena was alive with energy, but there was a palpable tension in the air, one that made the fans sit forward, almost subconsciously sensing that history was about to be rewritten. Seth Rollins had been dominating the scene, rebounding from losses, asserting himself as the man to beat. Confidence radiated off him like a spotlight, and yet, backstage, the gears of chaos were turning. Paul Heyman, ever the mastermind, was pacing backstage, expression unreadable. For weeks, he had been shadowing Rollins, whispering advice that seemed supportive, but the subtle undertone of manipulation had been present all along. Cameras captured brief glances, smirks, and moments of hesitation from Heyman, a psychological chess game only a few noticed. Seth Rollins, unaware of the storm brewing, prepared for what he thought was a monumental showdown at WWE Crown Jewel, himself versus Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate. The locker room was buzzing, commentators speculating endlessly about the epic clash. Rollins' eyes burned with determination. He had to prove himself, to finally conquer the monster. Then, the unexpected happened. On the night of Crown Jewel, before the match began, Rollins' theme hit, and the arena erupted. He strode to the ring with all the swagger, intensity, and aggression the WWE Universe expected. Every fan cheered, chants of Seth, Seth, Seth reverberating through the building. Suddenly, Brock Lesnar's music blared. The Beast stormed down the ramp, muscles glistening under the lights, ice cold as ever. Heyman followed, but this time, something was off. Instead of standing with Rollins or maintaining neutral ringside observation, Heyman's smirk was sharper, colder, and calculating. The audience didn't notice at first. The commentary team, however, hinted at unease. Something feels different about Heyman tonight. There's a tension no one can explain yet. The bell rang. Rollins and Lesnar collided in a fury of strikes, suplexes, and counters. The crowd was on fire. Rollins gained the upper hand briefly, landing a series of high-impact moves, using his agility and precision to dominate the Beast. But Brock, the embodiment of raw power, fought back, his strength nearly overwhelming Rollins at every turn. Then came the moment that would send shockwaves across WWE. Heyman stepped onto the apron. The crowd leaned in, unsure of his intentions. Rollins, noticing the move, charged toward Heyman mid-match, believing he might interfere to even the odds. But it wasn't intervention for Seth. No, Heyman had made his choice. In an instant, the betrayal became clear. Heyman shoved Rollins directly into the path of Brock Lesnar. The Beast capitalized with brutal efficiency an F5 that sent Rollins crashing into the mat. The arena gasped. The commentary team was in disbelief. He didn't just hesitate. Heyman just betrayed Seth Rollins. This is insane. Rollins struggled to rise, confusion and fury overtaking him. Heyman, what are you doing? He shouted, voice breaking with anger and shock. But Heyman didn't answer. He turned fully toward Lesnar, whispering instructions, gesturing subtly. Brock's eyes, almost human in their calculation, locked on Rollins. Heyman climbed onto the apron fully now, microphone in hand. The crowd roared, anticipating words, and they were not disappointed. Seth Rollins, Heyman's voice rang out, dripping with venomous control. You've fought valiantly, you've clawed, you've resisted, but every empire needs a master. Brock Lesnar is that master. And I serve the master of this new era. Rollins, your fight ends tonight. The betrayal was total. Fans were screaming, some in shock, some in fury. Social media blew up instantly. #Heyman betrayal, #Rollins backstabbed, #Beast unleashed. Memes, clips, debates. WWE Universe could barely process the moment before it replayed again on screens. Rollins, fueled by rage, attempted to retaliate, but the numbers and strategy now favored Lesnar and Heyman. Every strike Rollins landed was countered with precision. Every move punk-like, aggressive, smart. Heyman ensured it wouldn't be enough. Lesnar dominated, moving with brutality and control that even Rollins struggled to match. Backstage, the camera caught Cody Rhodes and other superstars whispering in shock. Alliances shifted in real time. Everyone realized Heyman had rewritten the rules of engagement in WWE. The man who had seemed loyal, the advisor, the mastermind, had turned the battlefield entirely against Rollins. Midway through the match, Rollins attempted a high-risk Phoenix splash from the top rope. The crowd rose to its feet in anticipation. But Lesnar, anticipating through Heyman's subtle coaching, caught him mid-air, transitioning into a devastating F5. Rollins crashed to the mat. The referee slid into position. 1, 2. Lesnar's brute force seemed unstoppable. Then came the final twist of part 1. Heyman whispered directly to Lesnar, a subtle signal that would set the final move in motion. Lesnar delivered a second F5, this time connecting with perfection. Rollins, exhausted, humiliated, and betrayed, could barely rise. The referee counted 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar stood tall, arms raised, the crowd stunned into a mix of awe and anger. Heyman's alignment with Lesnar was complete. The locker room, commentary team, and WWE Universe alike realized that the landscape had changed forever. Rollins' dominance had been shattered, and a new era, dictated by Lesnar and his strategist, Paul Heyman, had begun. The post-match chaos erupted. Rollins, slumped in the ring, finally understood the depth of the betrayal. He stared at Heyman, rage, disbelief, and a vow for vengeance blazing in his eyes. Meanwhile, Lesnar celebrated, a predator finally fully in control, and Heyman's smirk was icy, almost sadistic. The commentary team couldn't contain themselves. Seth Rollins has been utterly betrayed by his most trusted ally. Paul Heyman has aligned with Brock Lesnar. The WWE Universe has never seen anything like this. Backstage, Rollins regrouped with a few trusted allies. "This isn't over," he growled. "I will get Heyman. I will get Lesnar. And when I do, WWE will feel the fury of Seth Rollins like never before." The aftermath of Crown Jewel was pandemonium. Seth Rollins, humiliated and enraged, paced backstage, fists clenched, eyes burning with vengeance. The betrayal wasn't just professional, it was personal. Heyman, the man he trusted above all else, had aligned with Brock Lesnar, turning the landscape of WWE upside down. The commentary teams replayed the moment on every show, Heyman shoving Rollins into Lesnar's path, the devastating F5S, and the referee's count. Fans screamed at the screens, some in shock, some in anger. Social media hashtags exploded, hashtag Heyman betrayal, hashtag Rollins vs Beast, hashtag RAW chaos. Rollins knew one thing: retaliation was inevitable. He began plotting, watching footage, analyzing Lesnar and Heyman's movements. Every interview, every promo, every social media post became part of his strategy. The WWE Universe could feel the intensity building. Whispers of an inevitable clash circulated online. Rollins is coming for Heyman and Lesnar. Nobody is safe. Raw episodes leading up to the next PPV were chaotic. Heyman appeared constantly at ringside, orchestrating Lesnar's attacks, whispering instructions, subtly controlling every match. Brock's dominance seemed unstoppable. But Rollins struck unpredictably: ambushes backstage, hit-and-run attacks in the ring, and calculated promos that questioned Heyman's loyalty and mocked Lesnar's ego. Then came the surprise: a faction of wrestlers, previously neutral, began quietly aligning with Rollins. Allies emerged, some motivated by loyalty, others by a shared desire to oppose Heyman's manipulations. The locker room became a battlefield of whispers, conspiracies, and sudden skirmishes. Every superstar realized that siding with either Rollins or Lesnar/Heyman carried massive risk. As Crown Jewel approached again, WWE built anticipation to a fever pitch. Posters, promos, social media, and commentary teases all highlighted one message: the war continues, betrayal has consequences. Rollins cut a promo in the week prior, voice sharp, eyes blazing. "Heyman, Lesnar, you think you've won. You think you can control WWE. But every empire falls. Every mastermind falters. And when I'm done, you'll know what betrayal truly costs." The night of the rematch, Raw opened with cinematic highlight reels: Rollins' betrayal, Lesnar's domination, Heyman's manipulation, and glimpses of Rollins' preparation. The arena's energy was electric. Every fan, from the first seat to the last, knew they were witnessing the prelude to a war that would redefine WWE. The match itself was mayhem from the start. Rollins charged Lesnar, using speed and agility to evade brute strength. Heyman's subtle signals guided Lesnar, but Rollins anticipated, countered, and attacked with precision. The commentary team couldn't keep up. "This is chaos, pure chaos. Rollins is fighting the beast and the mind behind him, Heyman." Midway through, a shocking twist escalated the tension. Rollins executed a Phoenix splash on Lesnar, followed by a running knee. The crowd erupted. For the first time in weeks, it seemed the balance of power could shift. Heyman, furious ringside, shouted instructions. Lesnar, however, faltered, confusion flashing in his eyes. Rollins capitalized, landing a series of suplexes, high-flying strikes, and a perfectly executed Falcon Arrow. The referee counted 1, 2. Lesnar barely kicked out. Fans were on the edge of their seats. Heyman's control was slipping. Then, the ultimate betrayal twist hit, not from Heyman, but from another surprising source. A previously quiet superstar emerged, attacking Rollins mid-match, aligning secretly with Lesnar and Heyman. The arena erupted in shock. Rollins was momentarily stunned, taking a brutal hit that allowed Lesnar to regain momentum. But Rollins wasn't done. Fueled by fury, adrenaline, and the desire to reclaim honor, he fought back with a precision and intensity that left Lesnar staggered. Every move was storytelling, a combination of rage, skill, and determination. The crowd was fully engaged, chants of Rollins. Rollins echoing as he delivered a devastating GTS, sending Lesnar down. Heyman's expression shifted. He realized Rollins wasn't defeated yet. The audience could feel the tension crackling. The betrayal had created chaos, but the retribution was equally potent. Rollins pinned Lesnar. 1, 2, the beast kicked out. Fans gasped, disbelief flooding the arena. The final moments were cinematic. Rollins ascended the top rope, the lights dimming dramatically, his eyes locked on Lesnar. He executed a Phoenix splash with unmatched precision. Lesnar crumpled. Rollins covered, referee counting 1, 2, 3. The arena erupted. CM Punk-style chaos had given way to Rollins' redemption. The commentary team screamed, "Unbelievable." Seth Rollins has fought through betrayal, manipulation, and the beast himself and emerged victorious. Backstage, alliances shifted instantly. Some wrestlers now rallied behind Rollins, seeing his resilience. Others, still loyal to Heyman and Lesnar, prepared for retaliation. The WWE Universe was left reeling. Betrayal had sparked a war, but resilience had sparked hope. The final segment showed Heyman, fuming, whispering to Lesnar, "This isn't over. Rollins may have won tonight, but the game is far from finished. The war has only begun." Rollins, meanwhile, stood in the center of the ring, microphone in hand, eyes blazing. "Betrayal doesn't end me. Manipulation doesn't define me." And Brock Lesnar, "Paul Heyman, remember this moment. You can try to control WWE, but I fight, I survive, and I rise. The fight is far from over, and next time, it won't be mercy you face." The screen faded to black, leaving fans with one undeniable truth: WWE had entered a new era of chaos, betrayal, and revenge. Rollins had reclaimed pride, but the war for dominance, control, and legacy was far from over.